Do you want to stop using the store-bought seasoning cubes but you can't because you feel your meals will stop tasting nice? Well, I am here to prove you wrong. In today's video, I will be sharing with you how to make your own homemade chicken seasoning that will always make your meals to taste so delicious. For the past 2 years, I have stopped using the store-bought chicken seasoning and I started making mine at home. And believe me when I say this homemade chicken seasoning is a must-have. So let's get started. Here I have my already well cooked chicken. So I shredded the chicken so that it will be very easy to dehydrate. I dehydrated using my air fryer that has a dehydrating function. Choose to make use of your oven or any other method. The most important thing is to make sure that the chicken is well dried. With a 79 degrees Celsius, I dehydrated the chicken till they are well dried. Next are the vegetables that I used. What I did here was to wash them thoroughly with salt and water. The vegetables I use are fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, fresh parsley, garlic, onions, ginger, bonnet pepper, carrots, yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, spring onions, and then celery. You can choose to use any vegetables of your choice. I have made this video in so many ways and so many times. I have a video where I listed the exact measurements of the ingredients that I used. So after watching this video and you want to know the exact measurements to use while making yours, please check out the video where you will recreate using the exact measurements. So all I did there was to cut the vegetables into smaller pieces so that it will be easier to dehydrate. Remember, you can dehydrate using any method that you want. You can choose to use your oven to dehydrate. I have a video where I dehydrated using my oven, but in this video I use the air fryer to dehydrate both the chicken and the vegetables that I use. But have in mind that the air fryer has a dehydrating function, so the vegetables were dehydrated and not air fried. When I was done cutting, I still went ahead to use a food processor to cut them into more smaller pieces. The purpose of doing this is for them to dehydrate faster, but you can choose to skip this part. One good thing about making this seasoning at home is that it will give you the opportunity to explore and use your favorite herbs and vegetables in creating this seasoning. Like the outcome of this, the flavor that you want, the smell, the aroma, how you want your seasoning to be and to taste, you have the opportunity to recreate and make it to taste the way you want. So after watching this video and you want to recreate, you are free to add any other vegetables that you wish to add. Like for example, turmeric, but I'll be adding the turmeric, the powder one, at the end of this video. I still have some spices that I added that are not just these vegetables, so please watch to the end of this video. When I was done cutting into more smaller pieces using the food processor, I transferred into the air fryer and I will be dehydrating using the dehydrating function. Still with the 79 degrees Celsius, I am going to dehydrate these vegetables until they are well dried. The time does not really matter. All you have to do is to monitor till they are well dried. So after dehydrating, this was what I got. So these are the dehydrated vegetables and these are the dehydrated chicken. So this is the rest of the ingredients that I added. Here I have the black pepper, here is nutmeg, here is turmeric powder. So if you are using the fresh turmeric, remember to add when dehydrating the rest of the ingredients. Here is sea salt. Next is crayfish, already washed and dried. Next is the dried prawns, also washed and dried. Here is homemade dried catfish. I also have a video on how to do this at home. Then this is the vegetables that we dehydrated. Look at how beautiful they look. If you are dehydrating using an oven, please make sure it's on a low heat. so that the vegetables will not get burnt. These beautiful colors are necessary at the end of the dehydrating. And finally, here I have the dehydrated chicken, well dried. So next is to combine the whole ingredients into a high-speed blender, and I'm going to blend all these into powder. So after blending into powder, this was what I got. Here, our homemade chicken seasoning was ready. We still have one final step, which is optional though. You can choose to skip that step. So next is to sieve these to remove any particles that are not well blended. After sieving, this was what I got. I had to blend this the second time to get a final texture, but you can choose to keep this separately and then use it in cooking maybe your meat, your proteins and all that. So this is the end result of our homemade chicken seasoning. I have to give it a taste though, because I always taste my spices at the end of everything. And trust me when I say this came out so delicious. For the past 2 years, I have been making my own homemade chicken seasoning and it has never failed me. Recreate this recipe and I promise you are going to enjoy it. Please don't forget to get your 4 weeks meal plan if you are trying to lose weight by eating healthy. Click the link in my bio or the description box to get a copy for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you do, kindly give it a thumbs up, share, comment, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.